We've got the 2024 Hyundai Tucson Hybrid.
Still one of our favorites? Hey, by the way, this video is brought to you by Toyo Tires. We're giving away 2 sets of Toyo Celsius 2 all-weather tires. Halfway through the video, we'll tell you all about it. Satisfying.
And so quiet.
Yeah, it is a great product.
Really
Andrea,
is.
what's under the hood of this thing?
A 1.6 liter turbocharged 4-cylinder hybrid powertrain. It has a 6-speed automatic transmission, a combined 226 horsepower and 258 pound-feet of torque. Standard all-wheel drive.
With a full tank of gas, this hybrid gets 816 kilometers or 507 miles of range. So this is the 2024 model. We're going to get into what do you get with it? What are the key standard features?
The base trim comes with a 10.25-inch digital driver display and a 10.25-inch touchscreen with navigation, wired Apple Carplay and Android Auto, cloth and leather upholstery, heated front seats, 8-way power driver's seat, a heated steering wheel, an 8-speaker Bose sound system, panoramic sunroof, and a hands-free power tailgate. In the U.S., some of these features are not standard, like the panoramic sunroof, heated steering wheel, and the Bose sound system. A wireless charger is standard, though, in the U.S., but not in Canada.
This is a push-button transmission. I'm kind of coming around to that, actually.
Really?
What are we going to put it in?
You got to put it in S for subscribing. If you can hit that notification bell, you'll be notified when all of our reviews drop, and then you can watch them.
And we do this, the couple car review, twice a week. The first one drops on Wednesday.
We put another one out on Saturday.
So make sure you like and subscribe, but also follow along on Instagram. It's Motormouth_Andrea to see what's going on behind the scenes. For me, it's Motormouth_Auto, and the links are below the like button. So this is a 2024 model, as we mentioned. Are there any changes for this model year?
There certainly are. So now the N Line only comes with a hybrid powertrain, and that's what we're driving.
That's the one we're in.
Yeah.
N Line only hybrid. Okay, anything else?
More standard safety features have been added, like seatbelt reminders for all occupants, rear side airbags, haptic feedback through the steering wheel for lane keep assist and blind spot collision avoidance, and the 10.25-inch touchscreen is standard.
Now, the one nice thing about having this smaller, older screen, Andrea, is it actually had little toggles for the volume.
Yeah.
And because it's gone now and you have to go to this one, you miss a couple of things. You have the swipey touchy thing, which some people don't like, us included. And on the smaller screen, you had wireless Apple and Android. With this one now, you have to plug it in.
Now,
so is this a step forward?
Well, remember, it actually has nothing to do with the size of the screen. It has to do with whether it has navigation or not.
Okay, so now that we've got the bigger screen, you get navigation.
You do. You get standard navigation on this model.
So you lose the wireless Apple and Android.
You certainly do.
Are you doing the gymnastics with us? There's a few reasons why we like this hybrid, and some major pluses if you're shopping for this. 6-speed automatic, no CVT.
Yeah.
Turbocharged engine with good horsepower, over 225 horsepower, that's nice.
Yeah.
And Andrea already mentioned, it's quiet.
Yeah, this is really refined and quiet. I remember getting in the Tucson Hybrid for the very first time, and I couldn't believe it, especially when you compare it to the RAV4 Hybrid or the Venza Hybrid. They are definitely louder. Even under hard acceleration and on the highway, up at highway speeds, the cabin remains quiet. It's smooth. I think it really is a wonderful handling vehicle.
Well, there's another plus too. This is a biggie in this class, so you get a lot of room. We'll get into all of that in just a moment. And the way it drives, part of it is the satisfaction of the power and the quiet cabin, but I'm liking the fact that it's not too smooth. You do get some road feel.
Yeah, I have noticed that it's been difficult for us to get the EPA numbers.
Yeah.
We are getting a combined, the best that we got was 7 liters per 100 kilometers, which is almost 34 miles per gallon combined. So I would like to try and get below that 7 liters.
Well, you're a lead foot. That's probably why, Andrea. Come on, let's just call it what it is.
I've been very careful. I haven't even driven it in sport mode.
Yeah, I have. So there you go. I'm negating any gains you're getting driving it efficient.
I'm really trying to get under 7.
I'm killing the fuel economy. And that's the advantage of the Toyota product, is it does get better fuel economy.
It does. Now, this Tucson has been out for a while. It definitely has a unique look to it. It's distinctive for sure. You see it on the road. I always find when I see a Tucson coming my way with the dark chrome grille that I go, wow, okay, that's definitely a Tucson.
And this is the N Line. So other than the N Line badge on the side, the easiest way to spot it is there's no black cladding around the wheel arches. It's body colored. And we've come to the decision that we like the cladding better.
We do. I was surprised. Maybe it just looks a little bit too plain. Of course, the N Line offers N Line wheels. It has an N Line grille, different front and rear bumpers, and then of course that N Line badging.
I think the black plastic cladding kind of anchors the vehicle. That's one of the visual effects you get. So, you know, we've seen it on the road for a couple of years now, and I think people have gotten used to it. But don't worry, Hyundai will change it. Well, I'm sure they will.
I know everyone's thinking, is there a new one coming or is there a refresh? And when there's a refresh, it's almost like it's new, isn't it? So I really like the lights at the back too. It's got a bit of a Mustang vibe. I like that they hid the rear wiper. Of course, the turn signal is still on the bottom of the bumper, which some people find that it's difficult for visibility, but I was driving behind Zach and I had no problem seeing it. And also there's a turn signal on the side view mirror as well.
The thing is, if you can't see it at the bottom, you're driving too closely.
Yes.
So that's really the problem. You feel the heat? It's warmed over from the last year. And you know what? That's fine because we were impressed when we first drove this about how clean and simple it is. We do have a hot topic, this or the Kia version, the Sportage or Sportage. So we'll talk about that. But I like the fact they've gone with a big screen for every model.
Yeah, this has got dual 10.25-inch screens in here. The center console is very clean and well laid out with the button shifter. There's some storage on the side of the center console on both sides. And then this N-Line model gets the cloth and leather interior combo. But if you move up to something like the luxury trim in Canada, for example, it's priced the same as the N-Line, but you don't get all the N-Line features, but it comes with a leatherette upholstery.
You know, it'd be great if your name started with N. If your name was Norm, you would want this because there's N's.
Would you really?
Yeah, it's just like it's the Norm-mobile. You could name it anything you want.
I don't think so.
Newman?
No.
Hello, Newman.
No. So the N-Line model is the base trim in Canada. Moving up to the luxury trim will get you heated rear seats, and then the top ultimate trim has ventilated front seats, a power passenger seat, driver's seat memory, the surround view monitor, and remote smart parking.
In the United States, the SEL trim adds the panoramic sunroof. The N-Line model gets the Bose sound system, and the limited trim has all the same features we get on our limited trim in Canada, but adds heated rear seats and a heated steering wheel. Now, we mentioned it already, one of the major selling features of this product is just how big it is. When you get in the back seat, there's plenty of legroom, good headroom. This is a good family hauler.
Comparing the Tucson Hybrid to other hybrids like the Honda CR-V, the Tucson gets 41.4 inches of front row legroom and 41.3 inches of second row legroom, which is about the same as the CR-V.
And then when you lift the tailgate, same thing. This is a biggie. You get a lot of storage space in the back. When you lift up the floor, that's where the tire repair kit hides.
The Tucson's cargo space behind the second row is 38.7 cubic feet, and overall cargo space at 74.5 cubic feet is only a little less than the CR-V.
Is it tartan, plaid? You're going to decide.
Time now for questions, coffee, and cars.
Just about to give you details on the tire giveaway. Right now, it's your questions from Instagram.
Quick question about the seatbelt reminders on the rear seats. How sensitive are they if they have objects on the back seat? I do home staging and the back is loaded up. Also, can you turn them off?
We reached out to Hyundai and they confirmed you cannot switch them off.
You cannot. So this is new for 2024. This is a new feature, as we mentioned. But I did load up the back seat yesterday to see what would happen, and it was totally fine. Now, on the Palisade on the screen, that's where they show you all the people and if they're wearing seatbelts or not. For the Tucson, it's up here. And so you're just notified, but it's really not a big deal at all. Hey, we're giving away 2 sets of Toyo Celsius 2 all-weather tires. 1 set for the US and 1 set for Canada.
The new Toyo Celsius 2 all-weather tire has the mountain snowflake symbol for traction in all conditions, including snow, slush, and ice for dependable all-weather performance, thanks to wide circumference grooves to help evacuate slush and water for better grip to the road surface.
Plus snow claws located both on the inside and the outside. These grooves are designed to help improve deep snow traction and increase block rigidity for better handling.
So the great thing about all-weather tires, you leave them on your car all year long and they're still great for the winter.
So how do you enter? Well, click on the link in the description below. It's open to US and Canadian viewers.
And as an added bonus for Canadians, until December 16th, you can get up to $80 back when you purchase a set of qualifying tires.
Has Hyundai updated the infotainment system to allow wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto?
Oh, it's coming, it's coming. They've told us that in future products they're going to have it, but not on this one.
Not on this one, and the new Kona didn't get it either. It's wired, but it is coming. We did ask Hyundai, what about all these people who have wired Apple CarPlay and Android Auto? Can they get an over-the-air update?
Or dealer install?
Something. They said they don't know at this time, so stay tuned. Love your show. Thank you. 2 questions. Do you find the touch capacitive AC heater controls annoying? Also, all that piano black. And does this hybrid have a spare tire? I'm getting so tired, pun intended, of these tire mobility kits. No.
Is that tire with an I or a Y? I don't like the swipey touchscreen thing. I don't like the piano black.
We're missing a volume knob.
Yeah, I miss the volume knob. I mean, listen, you adapt to anything. You get used to anything. It's not my favorite.
No, it's not my favorite either. I would prefer, you know, a regular volume knob, less piano black in here. I mean, they could come up with some other trim pieces. I do like this N Line that has all the fabric here and the red.
We're having a debate on this. I said the red accent. That's tartan. That's kind of a tip of the hat to the GTI. And Andrew goes, that's not tartan. I said, well, it's in a pattern. To me, that looks tartan.
Okay, so basically it's a line that goes shoo, shoo, because it's the N line and it's sporty.
They're trying to do...
But in the middle, they do cross and there are squares. And Zach is thinking that that's tartan. I disagree with that.
Or plaid.
Yeah.
If it's not Scottish, it's crap.
Okay, and then, yes, you're right. It has a tire mobility kit. There is no spare tire on this vehicle.
And now it's time for our hot topic. What's this one, Andrea?
Which would you rate higher, the Sportage or the Tucson?
So the Kia is called the Sportage. In the US, they call it Sportage.
They certainly do.
And this is the Tucson. In Canada, we call it the Tucson.
Yeah. No, we don't. We call it the Tucson. We do not call it the Tucson.
By the way, the Hyundai and the Kia really are the same product underneath the skin.
Yes.
So there's no advantage one way or the other.
No.
It's all styling. For me, Andrea, personally, I like the style of the Kia on the outside, and I certainly like the interior better. Other than that, they're the same.
I really like the exterior of both of them. I don't have an issue with either.
Take a stand.
Go with
Take
both.
a stand.
But I do prefer the interior of the Kia. I think that there's less piano black. I like the screen. It's very sleek and modern. But you know what? Everyone is different. My mom owns a Tucson plug-in hybrid, and she absolutely loves it.
Tomato. Sportage.
Yes. Actually, we were at a drive event with Kia, and they said to me, I kind of like the way that you say Sportage.
Yeah,
and then they started saying it.
It's called a Tucson. All right, let's get into what do you get with it. It's a fuel economy you want to pay attention to. It's a hybrid, of course, in our vital stats.
Let's start with pricing. We'll do Canada first and then move on to the US. The N Line starts at just over $43,000 and the top ultimate trim is just over $46,500 Canadian. In the US, the base trim starts at just over $32,000 and the top limited model is just under $39,500.
Here's the fuel economy for this hybrid. 6.3 liters per 100 kilometers city, 6.6 on the highway. That's 37 miles per gallon city, 36 miles per gallon highway. This Tucson can tow 2,000 pounds, and the warranty is 5 years, 100,000 kilometers, or 60,000 miles. In the United States, you get complimentary maintenance for 3 years, or 36,000 miles. Hybrid compact utilities. They were really the ones to buy. What else can you choose?
For your consideration, 4 vehicles for you to consider.
Up first is the Kia Sportage Hybrid. It is a 1.6-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder, a combined 226 horsepower, and a starting price of almost $41,000.
The Ford Escape Hybrid with a 2.5-liter 4-cylinder, 200 horsepower, and a starting price of $43,000.
The Toyota RAV4 Hybrid with a 2.5-liter 4-cylinder, a combined 219 horsepower, and a starting price of almost $39,000.
The Honda CR-V Hybrid with a 2-liter 4-cylinder with 204 horsepower and a starting price of $48,500.
So there are 4 compact SUV hybrids for you to consider.
Lightning round, 2 things we like, 2 things we like to see improved.
Once again, I just love how quiet this cabin is.
The drivetrain is rewarding.
What I'd like to see is a height adjustment on the manual passenger seat if I'm going to pay over 43,000 Canadian.
And I'll say it for Andrea, wireless Apple and Android. Come on, Hyundai.
Quiet and refined. This is a great SUV if you can find one.
The hybrid is the one to buy.